Hey everybody, hope you had a good Christmas and New Year. Due to unforeseen circumstances, unfortunately I haven't been able to film in this house for about a week or so. And I have now literally, as of 2 minutes ago, got quiet and I'm able to try and film these videos. So, we're going to get on with it. This is the Christmas. I'm sorry we're not pissed or anything. There wasn't a chance of getting drunk in the middle of, it's like 1:30 in the afternoon. There's no chance of being drunk this early. Anyway, as I say, this is the patron Q&A for Christmas 2021. A absolutely gigantic thank you to all of my patrons, and also to the quite a lot of people that recently got on board, and also a few people that upped their patronage from the base level $1. I really appreciate that. So the few people that did up it, I do appreciate it. Anyway, let's get on with it. 4, 5, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Hey up, Herrn Fraulein Sperino. That looks German.
Yeah, Fraulein.
Fraulein. I know some German, I don't know what that one is.
Fraulein means miss or missus or something.
Isn't lean the feminine?
Yeah.
Hope all is well. It is now. If Christopher Kringle himself rode a bike, what do you reckon he would pick? Much love, and have a great holiday. If... not a Harley. That's the thing. If you see, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Every single time Santa, he would ride a H2 because he's got to be quick.
John D says, "Hi Spice Dude 3000. Would you say A2 is pointless for someone on a 125 and just wait for the big boy license rather than doing the whole test malarkey twice? Or do A2 and have a middleweight bike for a period of time before the big boy?"
I've made a video called "Is the A2 enough?", which is the question of whole, is the A2 enough to cover you over time? It's totally up to you. If you're going to have an A2 for 4 years, that's fine. Or if you don't need a bike bigger than an A2, that's fine, you don't need to. But if, someone asked me a question in the week, they were 22 and a half years old, and they were like, do I take the A2 now, or do I wait a year and a bit and do the full A? And I'm like, it's your decision. If you've got the money to, just because when you become 24, you can take the full test, doesn't mean you need to take the full test. And it also doesn't mean that you need to get a 1000cc bike. For most people, a A2 bike is more than enough. It's all depending on what you want to end up in the end, and how much money you have to spend. If you've got plenty of money in your pocket, do it. I mean, what is it? It's an extra 500 quid to upgrade later down the line and sell your bike off, and unfortunately, those questions are more about you than me, or the rules. So, and then there's the next bit.
And the next bit is, have you heard the laws may be changing regarding the shit show that is motorcycle licenses? But maybe it's a good thing. They're tricky and confusing, so motorcycling feels more unique and exclusive. Blah, blah, blah. Long question. Probably reads it all wrong because drunk, but we're not drunk.
I heard about the law changes. If you mean the CBT law changes, I made a video on that about 5 years ago. They haven't brought any of the changes in, and I haven't heard of any changes happening that are likely to actually happen anytime soon. I mean, there's some talk about making the CBT more complex and adding things like theory to it, which I think is absolutely fantastic. There definitely needs to be a balance between a cheap, quick, easy license and actually making sure people do the training and at least do enough of the training to be safe on the road. Because as we all know, as I've talked about in hundreds of different videos, there are schools out there that just take people in and spit them back out, and then they'll die because they won't know how to ride a bike, and it's because the schools aren't doing their jobs. I've heard of a few of my Discord followers, for instance. Some of them have had good experiences where it kind of made sense to be a bit shorter. Some of them have been like, no, it was a full training day, and I've heard of other ones who've been in and out way too quickly. It's not great. Anyway, Panda Copyright. Hi, Jim Bell and Mini Jim Bell.
Oh, yes.
How are you both?
Good.
The Mini Jim Bell vehicle is in the making, but we require more info than just the size of it. Does it need to be sensible or mad? Can you throw out some random ideas? Or what would you like you were capable of, i.e. Mac Jesus, or should it be quick receive and quick concept? P.S. Remind people to join the wonderful Discord. Yes, if you are on Patreon, join Discord. We're on there all the time chatting. It's great to have new people in because obviously once everyone's, we all talk a lot, we know each other, and it's great to get new people in who are very, if you're chatting, you want to get into the voice chats and just become part of the group because it's good to get other people's opinions. Differing opinions is what drives our conversations. Not in a way that, we're like, oh, I hate you. We're just, no, cool, you be you. it's just a mutual respect thing. Yep, get on Discord. As for the mini gym, but I think basically try and make the car as small as possible and whatever fits and it still works. I mean, it needs to be at least drivable like a normal car, but it needs to be really small. It doesn't need to be stupidly far. I think that just try and make it as small as possible.
A little feist.
It was supposed to be small, right? I'm trying to remember, Anyway, next question.
Hippo Drone says, if you were visited by the ghosts of Christmas past, present and future, what lesson would you learn from each? Happy Christmas to you both.
What would I change in the past? Being able to record this video 4 days ago. What would I change for the present? It being this morning or being nighttime and I'm drunk. But I won't be able to film it tonight either. So, and the future, I hope to get more quiet time to work. But also, let's just take a moment to be like, what do I think about the past? The weather when I was a kid was normal. What do I think of the present? It's 13 degrees on the 2nd of January. Future?
Right, Zoidberg.
Sorry, that's not the most perfect answer, but right now I can't think of going back into really deep philosophy stuff. I think my video recently covers that, and this was a month ago, so that video wasn't out by that point. Paul Pickett, hey Sperino, hope you guys are well because you rock. As you know, I have been watching your vids from the beginning and love it. What username would you give me? As I have Lex Rider because I did have a Lex Moto, now I have a V-Strom. I would appreciate your input. What do you think about the government trying to stop you modifying your bike? Much love, Paul Piggott, or whatever username I come up with. Hope you have a great year. PS, would love you to have a meet next year. As would I. I would love to have had a meet. It was a year or 2 years ago when I was like, finally, like, let's do one. And then it was like COVID. And it was like, really?
It was like 2 years ago.
I hope. But it depends on like how everything goes. There has been talk about a patron-only meet-up at some point because that would reduce numbers and reduce the issues significantly. But then I don't want to annoy people like, well, I'm not a patron. But it's like, well, then don't cry when... Like, I will do a public meet again, but it makes my life massively easier when I know a limited number. As for a username, I don't know. Yeah, people who use like Lex Rider or what bike they ride in their name, I always find them have this problem later down the line. V-Twin, was it V-Twin?
Yeah,
V-Twin. Yummy R6. There's loads of them. Like, they changed the bike and like, why is your name still that? Some people said to me, oh, you need to change your name now because you don't ride a 110. I was like, I never did. As for the government stopping you modifying your bike, I've not seen enough about it to pass comment as yet. I would be surprised if it's an issue because places like Germany and Australia have a real thing about doing modifications to your car and stuff like that, and they seem to get away with doing everything they want through the legal ways. But yeah, I don't see that being an arguable benefit. I mean, maybe other than the exhaust, like saying, oh, you can't have a loud exhaust, but then some cars are louder from the factory with exhaust like that, so it's... I don't know. Anyway.
Scratch245 says, hey Sprino, hope you're good. My question is, how many derricks would it take to replace Pierre Noel's reindeer so he could deliver all the presents to the good children? Keep up the good work, guys. Hope you enjoy the holidays. Merry Christmas.
As mentioned in the Santa on a Sumo, many. Probably still not enough because it's going to break down. Lee Bayliss, hey Sprino, how are you doing?
Good.
All right, thanks. Right, let me jump on the next one because that was rather short one. Mephisto, dear Sprino, happy Christmas and happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Sorry I had to. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. Which one do you personally prefer? Father Winter, / Christmas, Santa Claus or Krampus? I guess we call them in England Father Christmas. Or Santa. Just Santa.
I think Santa's more American, but we use it over here.
It's shorter. And who would win in an everything goes cage match? Between who?
Yeah.
Santa Claus or Father Christmas?
Saint Nick.
I don't know. If you mean between us two, probably Reno, because she's smaller and can run around my feet.
Oh yes, I could be fast.
Agility.
I could jump on your head and you would not know what to do. So the next one's from Ultrius. It says, "Hey, Spicy and Reno, hope you had a wonderful Christmas. A question for Reno. Oh. How are you enjoying your CBR, and does it have a pet name? Spicy has Divvy and Derek, but what's yours called? Is it the itsy bitsy teeny weeny red Reno machine?" No, I don't really have a pet name for my bike. It did get called the Reno Machino, but that was my first bike, was the Reno Machino.
It wasn't an official name. You don't name your bikes.
No, I don't really.
Generally.
Because I don't know what to call them. So she doesn't have it. I think it's a girl, though.
And sadly, you're not enjoying it much because it's currently off the road.
I said that it got sick from Derek.
Well, it is the next thing to be... I've got to sort of... Basically, we hit the MOT and the forks were leaking. And I couldn't fix the forks in time for the MOT because I couldn't put the CBR where the DR is to be able to fix the forks on that. So basically, we had to sawn it. But Reno's not using a bike at the moment anyway. So the next job is to take the forks back off of that, discover whether it's the stanchions, because I don't know if you remember when I did a video on it, there was some pitting, and I didn't think it was in the working area, but they weeped. And they're still leaking oil. So either it's replace them for OEM seals and the stanchions, which is an easy job because they're upside down. Sorry, the standards are not upside downs. I don't know. But that's the next thing I need to do. It's one of the things you'll be seeing coming up is taking that bike apart. Though I don't want to take the fairings off of it, but it's going to make my life 50 million times easier. Honda, don't double skin fairings. Like, anyone who's taken the forks off a CBR 500R without taking the fairings off, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to put them back in as well. Oh my God.
It's easier taking them off.
And then they also said, and a question for the community, why haven't you joined the Discord? We all have so much fun there and you can, like, actually interact with our Lord and Saviour, Jim Bell.
It's a perplexing question. Why don't more people join the Discord?
Yeah, because you're in it a lot, like almost every night.
Well, I will say this. You know, most people's... Now, it was not true for the past couple of, like, over Christmas and stuff, because basically it's been dead in there. But regularly, during the week, I will spend, like, an evening chatting with people, or a couple of nights, like, voice chat, or just type with people. There's constantly people in there. It's a very, very active... It's, like... way more active than a lot of the other larger like Discord servers for motovloggers I'm in, and it's actually much. I'm not going to say the other ones are nasty, but it feels a lot more like a close group of friends.
It's quite chill, yeah.
Gary Mussett, hey Spicy and Reno. Hope you are enjoying the end of the year's festivities. Question for you both: do you have any big plans for the upcoming year? I guarantee you that it is a poor idea. Well, hang on, there's Rocket Vlog. You'd like to make achievement qualifications or your plan to achieve. Well, obviously, I want to try and do the leatherworks more. I'd like to still be doing YouTube by the end of the year. But generally, I would really advise people don't make any set plans in this current climate. Have goals, but not plans, because your plans will change every day, every single day. And also, after watching the Let's Turn It Back into a Motorcycle video, was it only me that imagined the conversation after Spicy left the garage? Divvy to Derek, don't be too pleased with yourself, young whippersnapper. Now you're back together, I'll allow a few shakedown rides to dust off the cobwebs, but if it starts to take you out more than me, the next ride out I'm going on, I'll bring a few stones back in the treads and I'm going to spin my wheel and send them through your engine case and he'll tear you apart again. Derek to Divvy, please don't. I promise. I do try sometimes, but I have an issue. Reno Machino, guys. What's a ride out? Oh, do those conversations only happen in my head? No, we do actually imagine the bikes have discussions, but I think Divvy would probably be pleased to not be ridden as much because it just gets abused. Well, not abused, you know what I mean? Like, it's the bike it's a workhorse bike. It's like, oh, it's raining today. Come on then, Divvy. What do I do?
The Divinator, that's what I call it.
Right, so the very last question is from the illustrious, the one and only Makrotch.
Oh, for me to read?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Makrotch. Hello, Spicy and Reno. Merry Christmas to you both and all your families. Divvy, Derek, Reno Machino, Nigel and Whopperchop. Oh, that's our family.
Yes.
My question this month is a rather delicate one.
Oh no.
Oh, here we go.
Is it from your girlfriend?
Probably. For Christmas dinner, I have always preferred roast turkey, but my girlfriend, who is a little posh, except when it comes to personal hygiene, prefers goose. It has torn us straight down the middle. She is now refusing to shave her armpits in protest until we have a roast goose for Christmas dinner. For the love of God, please help us sort this situation out. Big thank to you both, my agony aunt and uncle. You're an awesome pair. I hope you have a lovely Christmas and Happy New Year. Love to Nigel.
I have a solution. Buy a turkey, buy a goose. Find someone with a bandsaw. Chop it down the middle. Sew it together. Half goose, half turkey. It's going to baste each other. I mean, it's going to look like an absolute nightmare of a creature. Frankenstein bird. But...
would a goose fit in a turkey? Probably not.
hang on, would it be goosey? Or like a... Toos?
Turcoose.
Turcoose? That's the real question. Is it turcoose or... I'm forgetting which... oh, goose...
Goosey.
Goosey. Yeah, I that's honestly the best solution to that is...
Yeah, have both.
have both. But not both separately. You have to sew it together. But it's probably too late for that now because it's like the 4th of the new year.
No, it's the 2nd of January.
2nd of January, there we go. That's how, like,
That's
this
like-
was...
yeah.
yeah, this was supposed to be recorded on or around...
Christmas or
22nd, 23rd,
Yeah.
something like that. We realised we were a couple of days late and we were like, it's fine, we'll wait a couple of days. And then that was the end of it.
And here we are.
Yeah, and here we are. I do hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful year. I do hope you all have a wonderful year next year. As I say, a serious thank you to the people who help support this channel, including the people who just watch and, you know, click like buttons and stuff like that, because so few people do. But yeah, my patrons, you know, as I've said, without them, the channel wouldn't be possible, simply. So, thank you. Right, until next month, when we'll try and be a little bit more on time. We're actually not that out over time, as long as I get this edited and up soon. Yeah, have a wonderful time. Hope you're all good. Catch you soon.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
They're probably sick of that by now. This is going on in the middle of the first week of... Have fun! Bye-bye.
Bye.